Welcome to the next video in the series where I show you the most efficient ways to perform any exercise so you can maximize your time in the gym. Hip thrusts are the quintessential glute exercise, and although the strength curve isn't the best, I'll show you the best variation to get the most out of this exercise. Set up a bench or a box that is about shin height when standing next to it, as this is often the best height for your individual anatomy. You also want to use high enough plates so the barbell can slide onto your hips, and keep your head and neck in a neutral position throughout the exercise. Hold on to the barbell with an overhand grip to keep it steady and prevent it from shifting around. Start with your glutes right against the 90-degree angle that the floor and the bench or box makes with your torso perpendicular to the ground, keeping the natural curve in your low back throughout the movement. Straighten out your legs and slide the barbell over your hips, then bend your knees as much as you can. If you can't bend them further, you can shift your feet further apart and turn your toes out slightly to make more room. You'll want your shins to be as parallel as possible at the top of the movement for the best leverages, minimizing the contribution from your hamstrings and shifting as much of the load as possible onto the glutes. If your legs were fully straight, your hamstrings would perform most of the work, rather than your glutes. Driving your heels into the ground and shoulder blades into the bench or the box, push your hips up towards the ceiling in an arc in order to push with the most force from the glutes. There's no need to go as high as you can, as this often puts more strain on your low back, and the extra range of motion in a shortened position doesn't contribute that much to muscle growth. As we know, the most lengthened position under load is the best in terms for muscle growth. In that case, only go as high as you can by squeezing your glutes. This won't be as high as possible, but that's okay because you'll be saving yourself low back pain without taking away from the stimulus of the exercise. Your low back will thank me later. When you squeeze your glutes, you may feel your low back flatten, and that's perfectly fine, as this happens with a good glute contraction and what is called posterior pelvic tilt. Lower back under control, reversing the movement in the same arc. If you find yourself sliding off the bench or box, you can readjust quickly throughout the sets. I like to work in the 6 to 12 rep range for 2 to 4 sets, since the glutes can power through some heavy loads, and with the setup taking a good amount of time, you don't want to spend forever in one exercise that hits only one muscle group, especially if you have other exercises such as a leg press, stiff leg and deadlifts, etc. that load the glutes up in a stretched position instead of a shortened position. Alternatively, doing hip thrusts on a machine is better than with a barbell, as the strength curve allows for the glutes to be loaded at the bottom position more, and it requires much less setup. If your gym has this machine, take full advantage of it and save some time and energy. If you have any questions about the hip thrust, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer you. Click like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.